So, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Yeah, what did we go through in the last session?
Wasn't it about wisdom and about the human mind? Like we were talking about how humans use 10% of their brain, but some people can use more than that.
Or what was the name of the movie that I said told you to watch? Huh?
Lucy.
How many of you did see that?
I don't know.
Did you see that after that?
Oh, no, not after.
But you have seen it before?
Before, yeah.
Okay.
I saw the trailer.
I have to get a legal copy on Molana.
Huh?
I have to get a legal copy.
You want to get a legal copy? Buy it.
It's only in the system.
It's on DVD.
You can watch it somewhere legally without paying anything. I don't want you to pay to anyone.
Okay. Where to source
I don't want you to pay.
It's only in the cinema, isn't it?
Get some legal copy where it's not legal binding on you, and that's it. And then you can watch it. Okay. Don't do anything illegal in front of me. Okay. Yeah. And mind. Just as a summary, that our mind, only 10% of it is used in our life. And 90% is not used. We don't use 90% of it in our life. But Allah haven't created anything without use. Whatever is created have got a use. It have got a utility. It has to be consumed. It has to be used in our life. So why is this brain used? We were saying that when you come to the level of piety, when this 80%, 90% of it starts working, then the things get under your control. You might have seen in the one of the sciences, that is homeopathy, telepathy. What is telepathy? What is in my mind, I transfer it to your mind. You understand what I am thinking of. What I want you to do. It's not that you get into my control, but my mind passes on to your mind. And you have seen hypnotism. What is that? With the power of our energy of our brain and mind, people are able to turn even the steel bars. So these are all the practices which are concerned with our brain and the mind. And that movie is also narrating the same thing, intentionally or unintentionally. That if we start using the mind, that mind has to be plugged in somewhere so that thing starts working. Here, the science is trying to find out some drugs, and they have found some drugs which can activate that 90%. So what we need to do is that we can do it. Islam has given us a small shortcut that if we come towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, get linked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what happens? Our mind is activated. I was listening to a story about an alim, that somebody came to that alim and asked him, Molana, please give me some wird, some zikr, so that I got some problems, so that problem will be solved. And that alim was a good alim. He said, then if your problem is solved, then tomorrow you will have another problem. You will ask for another zikr to solve that second problem. Then a third problem arises, you will ask me for another zikr for the third problem, and there are thousands of problems every day. So thousands of zikr are needed and required by you to solve those problems. Why don't you acquire piety, the permanent link with Allah? Then you don't need a zikr. Whatever you come across, Allah solves your problem. That's the main thing that we are working on and concentrating on. Piety in itself is a power, it's an energy which links a person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is just like what we are doing with these zikrs and these du'as and ismi azam and all these things, that we, sometimes in our home we are shy to ask our father for, I need some money, and I'm shy to ask my father. But if his money is lying on the table, I'll just go and pick it up and put it in my pocket, And it's better if I ask my father, first of all, his permission will be there that take the money, no, don't worry. And number two, my father will also feel some love for me that I took him, I didn't take him for granted. I respect him and honor him as a father, and I'm looking for him. Similarly for Allah, there are thousands of things that we can utilize. But once we go to Allah and ask, oh Allah, give it to me, that's a sign of respect we are showing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah doesn't need our respect. But the respect we give him, and we come to him and ask him dua to do a dua to him and become pious, that is the link which is created with Allah. And that's the shortest cut, a hard way, but the shortest cut to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creating that link of, like all our ibadata, qurbatan illallah, for the sake of closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created too many things. Allazi khalaqa fasawwa. He has created everything. Allazi qaddara wa hada. He has created everything with a definite proportion, and then He has guided that. Where does He guide us? Which way is He guiding us? What is His type of guidance? How does He guide us? Yes, we are growing up. We are growing up. When we were born in this world, we didn't know and we didn't understand what our parents are asking us of how to convey and communicate with the people around us, with our parents, with our sisters, brothers. We didn't know. There's a movement in our mind that from that time, within weeks, we were able to recognize certain personalities around us. We came to understand that we have got some link, and then we started smiling, and we know that to express our happiness to them, that I am happy to see them, I have to smile. Who told me to smile? Where did that guidance come from? Then, from the very beginning, I knew that when I'm hungry, I need to cry. And my crying gives me the food. Somebody will come and give me the food. Who guided me through that? Then, the baby born, and he sucks milk. Who taught him to suck? It's a complicated process to suck milk from feeder or anything, from my mother. That's a complicated process. I need to create a vacuum in my mouth. I need to create that vacuum. Then my throat has got two inlets. One is for the air, and the second one is for the food. Then I suck that milk, and the milk doesn't go into the air side. It doesn't go into the air side, it goes to the food side. Who guided me how to handle it so that it doesn't go to the air side, it goes to the food side? Who did that? Allazi qaddara fahada. Wallazi, He created us, and then He guided us. This guidance is a sort of physical guidance. Then there is a mental and spiritual guidance. Physical guidance He has provided us, that as we grow up, that hand of guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala releases us. Just like a baby doesn't know how to stand, we make him stand, then we take off our hands so that he will be able to stand and walk on his own. This is what Allah does. In the beginning, the baby needs His help, so he gets direct help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not Allah Himself comes to him. No, he doesn't do anything with his hand. He has created that His decision makes the thing to happen through angels. There are angels who are made to come and perform those duties. So the angels come and they perform their duty. But as the baby grows, and as his mind starts understanding things, and the mind and the brain takes over, the wisdom of that baby takes over, that hand of the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leaves him on his own. Now he needs guidance. He needs guidance to, not for the physical side. He needs guidance for there's a lot of guidance on the physical side too. What to eat, what not to eat, what to do, what not to do, how to behave with the parents, children. But that's a physical side that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us, and He guides us. But we need guidance for the spiritual side. The real thing which elevates human being from other species is his spiritual power, is his wisdom. That wisdom and the spiritual power need to be looked after. But everything in the world, they don't have that mental capacity or wisdom or spiritual power as the human beings have got. But our soul is coming from the angel side, so we have got that spiritual power. So what Allah does is a difference between, because Allah has created us independent, free. We are born free. So what He does, we have to present ourselves for our guidance. We have to guide ourselves on our own. And Allah has provided whatever is needed and required for our guidance. Like the messengers, 124,000 prophets and messengers were sent to guide us. Salawatu Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Their teachings, the books, the knowledge, the wisdom that was also passed through generations. Like the teachings of Jesus Christ, they were taught to the people, and although they are distorted, but they are still left in its original form in too many places. We have got a village in Syria where they still speak the same language that the Jesus Christ used to speak. And similarly, the teaching of Moses and David and Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, all these teachings, they are still there. But there's one more guidance which is needed and required by ourselves. That guidance for us is like the guidance, like a tree. You know, the gardener comes, a branch is coming out, there's another split in branch, 2, 3 more branches. He cuts off the other branches, keeps the strong branch straight, so that it becomes a trunk. If the trunk is split, the tree will be weak. Then the branches, for a particular height, he doesn't allow the branches to grow. It allows it to go straight. And after that height, nearly 6-7 feet, after it allows the branches to go. Now, the trunk is strong enough to bear fruits. And or if they have got fruits and the branches come down, so there is plenty of space for it to, before touching the ground, it can hold itself. So all these things are done by the gardener. This is the same process that we need to do on ourselves. We need to cut certain branches. We need to cut off certain inclinations, our mind and inclinations, attractions and distractions, and what attracts us and what doesn't attract us. We have to train ourselves. We have to work on ourselves. The wrong things should not attract me. There is attraction in bad things. But why is the attraction? It's because of me. Magnet attracts metal. It attracts iron. If it's not iron, it's gold. A magnet will never be able to attract gold. So, the things that attract us, I need to feed my brain, myself. I need to train myself that whatever is haram, I will not be attracted to it. And what I do, when there is something wrong, I tell myself, no. Myself keeps quiet. Unless there is shaitanic inclinations again coming down. Next time I say no, next time a time comes when I create in myself a defense line, which is automatic. You know, like in a house, in a home, there's no, lying is not allowed. Gali is not allowed. Gali is not allowed in certain homes. Somebody says a wrong word, foul word, abusive sort of word, what will happen? Automatically, oh, what happened? Why did he say that? Everybody will get alert. So that within us a screen of piety is built when we stop doing wrong things and stop ourselves from the wrong things. A screen of piety is built within us. So whenever anything wrong comes, automatically this screen raises up and says, oh no, this is not going to happen, you are not going to do this, and you are stopped from this. This condition of building that screen within us is called piety or taqwa. When we keep on saying no to shaitan, when we keep on saying no to wrong inclinations, I am getting young now, I am 13 years, 14 years of age, there's a blast within myself, energy, my physical organs which were not working previously have started working. I am coming to across adolescence. There's a blast of energy within me. And now, Deen is the only thing which tell me what to do and what not to do, where to go and where not to go. And tell myself, no, shut up, not allowed. And you keep on saying not allowed, it will calm down. Within 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, it will calm down. But you give it an outlet, then you are not going to be able to stop it. There are two ideas. The West says give it an outlet before time, not married, extra without a marriage, have some relationship here, there, and everywhere, and release yourself. But what Islam says? Islam says, no, you should go for a regular thing and don't put the society on the wrong track. Do nikah, get married, or control yourself if you can. If you can't control yourself, go out for a marriage. But the society outside, the habits and the laws and the rules and regulations and the norms accepted in the society are not in line and not compatible with the teachings of Islam. So what we shall do? We need to control ourselves. I say no to myself. No. I turn my switch off. This switch is off till the time comes when I get married. I'll switch it on. So when I tell myself no, till that time, myself listens to me, and it should listen to me. If myself doesn't listen to me, I can't listen to Allah. I can't listen to the Prophet. I can't listen to anything that's good. I am out of control then. If I'm out of control, a car which goes out of control, what does it do on the motorway? It messes about with the traffic. There is an accident, and most of the accident happens when the car goes out of control. If it's not out of control, you just park it on the hard shoulder. That's it. But if it goes out of control, it might turn and start moving opposite direction. 40 cars accident, and such accidents happen when the cars goes out of control. So we go out of control, there are mishaps and accidents in the society then. So we need to control ourselves, to take ourselves into one direction. Our wisdom, our piety is the thing for which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created for a definite ambition and a definite line. He is the one who created us and then guides us to the right track. This is the guidance. With self-control, what happens? You know, in the Sufi or the other schools of thought, they say don't talk for 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 day, don't talk to anyone. What happens? Your mental capacity starts growing. You've got self-control. You know, talking, the saying of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لولا تكثير في كلامكم وتمريج في قلوبكم لرأيتم ما أرى ولا سمعتم أسمع. If there would not have been excess in your speech, and your hearts would not have been like a grazing field where every animal is allowed. Number 1, excess of speech. Number 2, your hearts, your minds would not have been like a grazing field for every animal allowed. Good things, bad things, everything coming and playing around your mind. No. We need to put a curtain there. We need to put a bar there. We need to put a door there. Only good things should come in and come into our mind. Because when it comes to our mind, then it comes into start preparing, doing that action. And slowly and gradually, a time comes when we do that action. Why not to shun it off when it comes to my mind? Just no. Say no to it. Teach ourselves to listen to our no. What happens then? We say no, it's gone out of our mind. Because I am created. I have got a commitment to the Imam of the age. I have got commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I belong to someone. I am not the one who doesn't belong to anyone. I have got a wali on my head. I am not without a wali. I am not like a dog who don't have an owner. I am like a sheep who has got a shepherd. And he's waiting for them for the right time to come so that he starts and take them to the grazing fields and put them on the line of guidance. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also created us to take us to the right path. When we start doing this, then we can move on the right track. What is the right track? Where our inner inclinations are taken to their peak. They are developed. Kamal, perfection is required for that. When in this class, like in the 6th class, when they take exam from you, they take of the highest grade in the 6th class, then you will be able to carry on with the lowest grade of the 7th class. If the person is unable to pass the 6th class, what will happen? He will not be able to match and take over in the 7th class. Here, they don't care. They say everybody's passed, nobody's failed. In our countries, there's a good rule. Somebody is not able to pass the 6th class, he'll have to remain 6th. He doesn't clear 6th class, he can't go to the 7th. Here they push them off, and when he comes out of the GCSE, oh, he haven't learned. A person has learned too many things, and another one didn't learn anything. What they do, then for your exams are taken when you're going for a job or anything, life is a big trial. In that trial, a person will fail, who failed before in the classes and didn't complete their course. So in this world, we need to clear this world with self-control on the highest grade so that we can match the lowest grade of heavens. There is control there. There's nothing like somebody out of control that start like party here and there's food on the table. People rush there, putting biryani, they're putting other things, filling their plates and not caring for others and taking too many botis there in their plates and running about. That's one way. Second way is that you make a line, come quietly. And then what Islam tells us, Islamic teachings, I saw in one house, the rule, what was the rule? If you take first, you take the smallest piece. How beautiful is the rule? I came, take first, I learned sacrifice with that. I'm not taking the biggest piece, you know. People rush there because I am first, so I have got the right to take the best one. No. He said, no. Leave the best one for the next coming one. Sacrifice. Number 2, self-control. My inner self is saying, come on, have it. And here my self is saying, no, leave it for others. Once you start thinking of others, this life becomes a heaven for us. Leaving thinking of myself, selfless thinking. If Allah would have been thinking about himself only, nobody would have been able to go to Jannah. Nobody would have been able to get benefit of this world and this life. This is because Allah thinks of us. Allah wants the heaven for us. Allah wants us to move on the right track. At least we should inculcate that habit in ourselves also. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
So I think more time we'll give for the questions and answers. But this theme is a necessary one, that Allah have created us to take us on the right track, on the path. And we have to go through that guidance. And that guidance is with us all the time, but we need to present ourselves for that guidance. We can't move on that line of guidance without our will, without our wish, without ourselves. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Any questions?